Welcome back to Metals Investment Forum. And my great pleasure to have West Point Gold, which is in the mid of breakout right now. The share price just hit $2 first time, and the CEO Derek right with me. Welcome back, Derek.
Thank you very much, Chen, for having me. And I don't know, the last time we did this interview, the stock was $1.30, and so hopefully a few people watched and bought some stock, and it has been on a tear.
Yeah, that was only like a month ago.
Yeah.
It's really people, you're hitting the high grade gold and going down it even better and consistent base, and people pay attention now.
Yeah, I mean, we put out very good drill results on Wednesday. Hit 21 meters at 13.5 grams. That was the headline hole.
Yeah.
But that's probably the seventh kind of 250 gram meter hole we've drilled into that high grade northeast Tyro zone. And so what we're really showing there is the consistency of grade, and for a low sulfidation epithermal system, that's a little bit unusual to get that kind of consistent grades that we've been hitting. The other thing that's really good about those results is that zone keeps expanding. So we expanded the zone to the northeast, which is where it extends down dip. But we actually, the two holes that kind of got buried in that release a little bit, we actually expanded it to the southwest as well, where there's a gap where we have a bit of a gap in the mineralization because of some holes above. So that to me was also encouraging. So the zone's getting a little bit fatter at depth.
That's extra. And then those are really not that deep. It's in the open pit bowl.
Yeah, so we've hit those kind of 6 or 7, 250 gram meter holes are all kind of above 200 meters. We've hit, kind of way to describe it is we hit underground grades at open pit depths.
Exactly. That's what I want to say. That's and in Arizona, right?
On patent claims.
On patent claims. And I'm very close to civilization. I look forward to visit you, to go to McDonald's or Starbucks and then go visit your project.
Yeah, that's the one thing that really is unique about the project, even for the Southwest US, where you generally have better than average infrastructure. We're 15 minutes outside the town of Bullhead City. It's a town of 40,000 people. There's an active mine in the region that already employs people for there. We got power lines crossing the property. We have, the McDonald's, basically everything that we need, save maybe a drill contractor or a lab we have in Bullhead City. And so that's great. And if we cross the river into Laughlin, you can go hop into a casino if you're bored.
Oh yeah. But yeah, well, when we want to relax, I'm sure we can do that. But that was good, very good for your employees, right? So it's within civilization. You don't need a helicopter in. You just nearby.
I joke that our geologists have it a little too good. We rent a house in town for everyone to stay at to keep costs down, but it's got a pool and a hot tub, so they do good work, but that also helps us attract people too, right? Like that's the advantage of being in a place where it's easy to get to, right? We're an hour and a half outside of Vegas, 3 hours from Phoenix. It's easy to get to the project. It's easy to get home. And to visit your families, and so that helps us to attract people as well.
Well, excellent, and again, as you said, it's patent claim.
Yeah.
Right, and it's just one of the many target you are exploring. Right, this one. I mean, I said in my previous interview last year, I believe I'm an investor. I'm not a CEO, so I can have forward-looking statement. Whatever I say, I believe it had to be 5 million ounces of great gold there. So I know you're working toward that. So maybe you can outline what's the potential of this deposit.
Yeah, I mean, we have the exploration target at the Tyro main zone, and so that's 19 to 30 million tons at 2 to 3 grams a ton, so roughly 1 to 3 million ounces there. With the 15,000 meter drill program, about half that meterage is dedicated to turning that into a maiden resource down to 300 meters. The other half, though, is what you talked about, that step out. How do we get to the bigger numbers? And so we're testing a number of targets on the property as part of this program. My favorite, when everyone asks me what's your favorite target, it's usually the one that has gold in it. But my favorite pre-drilling is a target called Tyro South, and so it's the same structure that hosts the Tyro main zone. Because it is low sulfidation epithermal, so we believe we don't get as much gold at surface as we see at the Tyro main zone, but that's just because we think the gold zone's a little bit deeper there. We have some evidence to support that, and so we put 6 or 7 holes into that. Should get assays here shortly. To talk
Oh,
about
how soon? How soon? How soon?
shortly. Well, I mean, we're going to be back. What we did last year when we were drilling. I kind of saw drill results every 2 to 3 weeks from us.
Mhm.
I think you will see drill results
Similar,
every 2 to
yeah.
3 weeks
Okay.
from us. We put out drill results last week or this week,
Right.
so
So we
it's coming.
yeah, yeah.
And so that's just one of the targets. So we went and drilled a target called. We got. What we're doing with those step out targets is we're drilling 6 or 7 holes, see what we get, and then see what we get, and then make a decision whether we go back to that target or we go somewhere else. We've drilled 6 or 7 holes into the Black Dyke target as well, and that's it's probably 4 or 5 kilometers from the Tyro main zone, but it's a really attractive structural intersect in that Banner Sheep Trail trend. We've come back and we've drilled Sheep Trail again, so we drilled that in 2023. Hit gold, but didn't kind of hit like Sheep Trail. Really is unique. It was the highest grade mine in the Oatman District when it operated 100 years ago. The average grade is 2 ounces a ton. So, we have all these really high grade samples at surface. You can see the structures, the old workings. When we drilled in 2023, we didn't get that joy. And then, of course, we made the discovery at Tyro main zone, so that became the focus. And so, now we've come back and said, okay, reevaluated what we hit or what we did there, and it looks like that zone might be a little bit deeper. And so we drilled 5 or 6 deep holes in there, see what we get. Again, the whole point is that yes, we need to deliver the main resource, the Tyro main zone, and see what it is. But to get to your 5 million ounce number that you believe in, we got to hit at one of those other ones. So we're dedicating half our meterage to testing a lot of these step out targets to see what we can find.
Right, right. Well, the reason I'm saying 5 million is 5 million usually it's a major, that's a ounce of major ones, right? We have, Great Bear, now we have another discovery, Snowline, but those are, especially Snowline, pretty difficult to mine area. It's a great discovery. So if you can get to the 5 million ounce and very easy to mine pattern ground in Arizona with water rights, that's like a dream situation. You could have a bidding war.
Wow. From your lips to God's ears. I think that's like I said, that's one of the things that makes the project unique is how good that infrastructure is. I think the exploration potential. I mean, it's a big project as well. For the U.S., it's a big project. It's 11,000 acres, 300 acres of patented claims, but it's an underexplored region. This isn't an area. I often say to people, I think if this was in Nevada, it'd already be a hole in the ground, as opposed to the opportunity that we have to go out and find something. And so we just got to be systematic how we approach it. The other thing we haven't talked about is we're gonna go back to the Frisco Grobman as well at some point.
Yeah.
At some point, and I think that's another big scale target. It's one that when we talk to larger companies that they're interested in. But it's I think that's a big opportunity as well, and something that we need to pursue. And the whole point is we got to. Whole point is make shareholders money, but we got to for us.
Yeah.
Find with more gold we find. I think particularly in this market, the more money we'll make for shareholders.
Yeah, absolutely. With the drilling result, and market was really impressed. And congratulations for under the rise of the share under your leadership. And so, can they tell new investors how much money you have? What are your plan to drill? How many meters? And what other catalysts coming this year?
Yeah, so we've got about $30 million in cash. We just closed the $25 million financing. I think the closing of the financing acted as a bit of a catalyst as well for the stock. That $30 million in cash, I mean, we won't spend it all this year, but it's probably 18 to 24 months runway at the exploration rate that we're at. We're going to drill 15,000 meters. We have actually, of the 15,000 meters, we probably drilled 10 of it already. 5,000 of that is in the lab. We don't have unreleased assays. So like I said, lots of news flow coming. What we're going to do with that 15,000 meters, part of that is to deliver the maiden resource at Tyro main zone later in the year. The second part is obviously the step out targets and try and make a discovery. We're also doing some de-risking things. We're going to do some additional metallurgy. We'll get that out in probably later this quarter. And then our gold chain is really exciting. It is our flagship. But on our other projects at Jefferson Canyon, we're hoping that with the permits will come through and Kinross will be able to drill this summer. Additionally, we're going to permit and design a 5,000 meter drill program for our Baxter Spring project, which is a good asset in and of itself as well. And I think that's going to give us a good robust news flow from now till year end. And then what we do post maiden resource, it'll depend on whether how big the discoveries are we make at the other targets.
Okay, great. And then it's only up to 300 meters, right? You
Yeah.
are not, I mean, the deeper you have an underground grade and open pit,
Yeah.
but you can have underground grade in underground as well. Depending on the make. Okay, great. Thank you. Look like a very exciting year coming, and hope you keep running the stock and maybe just get started.
Let's hope so. Thank you, Chen.
Great. Thank you.